Hi, everybody. My name is Ali Backscheider, and I'm the social media manager at Forward Party. And I am joined by my colleague and friend, Mike Ongstad.
Hello, hello.
So today we are going to be running through the top 5 myths that are happening around the Forward Party conversation on Twitter. So what I mean by myths are things that people believe to be true about the Forward Party that just aren't. So Mike and I are going to be talking about those today and debunking some of these myths about the Forward Party and what we're up to. So the first one we want to talk about, I'm going to pass it to Mike. Are we a spoiler?
Yeah, we see this one all the time. You're just going to be a spoiler for Donald Trump or for Joe Biden, or depending on your political alignment, what do you think? And the truth is, first of all, we're not even looking at 2024. We're looking at 500,000 local and state races that are 70% of which are uncontested and that are going to be on the ballot in 2022, 2023, and in 2024. We're hoping to be at ballot access and state recognition in all 50 states by 2024, not to run a presidential candidate. But beyond that, the spoiler effect is a myth. It was created by consultants who lost races that they needed an excuse for, because they say, well, if every single member of the third party had voted for our candidate, we would have won. Well, the reality is that's not how independent third party candidates work. Many of those people wouldn't have voted because they don't like either party, and other voters would have voted for Republicans, others would have voted for Democrats. Third parties aren't spoilers, but if you're really concerned about spoilerism, then hey, why not enact ranked choice voting? Just an idea. So the second thing that we see all the time is that this is just some big vanity project. Ali?
Yes, this is not a vanity project. This has nothing to do with any one individual in charge of the Forward Party. This is not a campaign. This is not a specific person calling the shots. This is really a party about the people. This has nothing to do with any of the prolific people that are a part of Forward Party. They're not pulling the strings on anything, really. This is about giving voices back to people. So in that sense, there's no vanity involved whatsoever. This is a people-powered movement. The third one, we have zero policies. Mike, you want to take that one?
Yeah, that's a common one. Look, people, we say we're not just a new party, we're a new kind of party. And policy areas is one of the biggest revolutions of the Forward Party. Because what we've had for over 150 years is two parties that have a platform that is very inflexible and rigid. And what that means is they both wind up in their opposite camps, and they're not able to actually do much. And that's getting worse and worse over the past couple of decades, to the point where there's basically nothing happening in Congress. So Forward Party is doing something revolutionary. What we're saying is, instead of these rigid ideologies, let's put problem solving first. So we exclude the extremist ideas and we create kind of a zone of possibility where anything under the sun that meets our principles, like free people, thriving communities, and vibrant democracy, can be a part of that. It could be UBI. It could be, climate regulations. It could be enhanced background checks for gun ownership. I mean, all these things are possible. And we put problem solving first. So your candidates are going to have a platform. Your Forward Party candidates are going to have policies, but those policies are going to be derived by working with their communities. So that, Boston, Massachusetts has different policies than Birmingham, Alabama. And that's the way we think democracy should work. So number 4 we get is, not now. Why are you doing this now?
We're doing this now because 62% of Americans want it right now. Today, yesterday, really. So now is the right time. We understand that anything new, anything, innovative, there's going to be some apprehension around it, that we could kind of, back to point number 1, that we would be a spoiler. But by design, we are not a spoiler. We are all about ranked choice voting and election reform policies like nonpartisan primaries to make sure that this isn't a spoiler. We're actually making this more democratic. We're actually adding more competition on the ballot. So now is the right time, and this is going to benefit everyone. We don't really, the only risk is not doing it now. So that's my answer on that.
Absolutely.
Number 5, and this is Mike's favorite one. Are we GOP funded?
Yeah, there seems to be this idea that we're like some GOP-funded secret agents with some really long con game. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I came up in Republican politics. I was a speechwriter on Capitol Hill for a Republican. I've worked on presidential campaigns in which I had an opportunity to actually jump and join the Trump campaign, which then is a short walk from that campaign into the White House with a cushy White House gig. I didn't take that path. I very specifically actually joined the Evan McMullin campaign to run against Trump and try and stop him. I then worked with Evan's organization, Stand Up Republic, which then became RAM, which now joined with Forward. And all throughout that, my mission, what I have done, what I have put creative blood, sweat, and tears into, is fighting back on extremists, almost overwhelmingly on the right, to try and create a saner politics. And, that mission brought me to Forward. I wouldn't be here, and a lot of people that I work with wouldn't be here if this was helping the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. This is about creating a better political system with more choice and a better politics in general. And our staff comes from across the political spectrum, off the political spectrum, you name it. But we're here for that mission. We're not supporting either one of the parties. We're making a new kind of party.
Drop the mic. That's perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mike. Thank you for everybody listening to this video. We will be back with more explainer videos. So please keep the tweets coming. We're reading them. If you have your favorite myths that people have brought to you, or you've heard about the Forward Party, tweet them at us. And if you have questions and you want them answered, tweet them at us and we will get to them in our next video. So thank you, everybody.
I'll see you next time.